We have an amazing episode for you today, but first I want to tell you about Anchor, the easiest way to make a podcast. Whether it's recording new podcast episodes, uploading existing episodes, editing, or more, Anchor gives you everything you need in one place to create your podcast from your computer or your phone and make it sound amazing. And the best part, it's free. Yes, Anchor is completely free. Anchor makes it easy to make money with a podcast without a minimum listenership, and will even distribute your podcast so it can be heard anywhere from Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and more. The podcast process has been so easy because of Anchor, and I couldn't have asked for a better experience right off the bat. I'm recommending Anchor to all of my listeners who are wanting to start a podcast. Be sure to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started building your own podcast today. You're listening to As Told Unfiltered, the podcast about building your business, staying productive while working from home, and managing your mental health on top of it all. I'm your host, Kristen Kubik. I'm a brand specialist who thrives on helping others build their handmade business and overcome the mindset blocks that come with it all. I'm so excited for this journey and to get into the nitty-gritty, to share my tips and tricks, to share how I've overcome my mindset blocks and how I've helped others overcome theirs. I could seriously talk about this all day long, which really just annoys about every single normal person in my life sometimes. Okay, so we've all heard of a to-do list, right? I'm sure you've used at least one in your life. You've probably been given a to-do list by your spouse, your mom, your teacher, or even made one for yourself. I'm personally the queen of to-do lists. I grew up living by lists. My mom used to have yellow-lined notepads laying in every single room of the house, just so she could jot down a list at any point in time. So when I moved into my own place, I naturally became the same way. To this day, I still have notepads all over my house, in almost every single room. If I don't have a notepad, I'm using the notepad on my phone or just texting myself a reminder. But let's be honest, a to-do list sucks. It's daunting. It just stares at you, waiting for you to cross things off and make it shorter. I'll be honest, I got really tired of the typical to-do list, to the point where I was having anxiety and going into depression spells. Who knew a list could do that to someone? Especially someone who grew up and still to this day lives by lists. One day, I was sitting at my desk and my to-do list was sitting next to me. It felt like it was miles long. I felt like I wasn't catching up in work or in life. I felt like I was drowning. Raise your hand if you felt like that. I guarantee someone just raised their hand. So I pushed it aside and I covered it up. I guarantee someone's done that too. But I got out a new sticky note. I live by sticky notes, by the way. It's horrible. My fiance gets so irritated at me for having 700 little tiny sheets all over the place. But anyway, I started writing things down that I had done that day. And I just kept staring at the growing list and kept looking at it. And then I realized that it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I hadn't even eaten that day. I hadn't gotten up to pee in hours. Talk about a yikes. That tiny little list made me realize that I was slaving away at my desk, and it was almost a life-changing moment. So I stopped for a little bit. I got something to eat, I finally peed, and then I wrote those 2 things down on my list. I'll never forget my fiance coming into my office. He kind of half rolled his eyes and started laughing when he saw yet another list. He said, "What is this now?" And I said, "It's everything I've done for today." And his eyes just immediately got bigger and he said, "Oh wow, you've been busy." And that was my reality check. My to-do list had been giving me such anxiety, but this little tiny sheet of paper of things that I had actually done gave me such a sense of accomplishment, even just by putting on there that I had eaten that day. And because of that, my new daily routine of a have-done list was born. That story happened months ago, and every single day since then, I sit down to work. I grab a new sheet, I write the day on it, along with everything I do that day, including eating, just because sometimes I still get so busy or immersed in my work that I happen to forget. So what was the point of this story? The point is, I'm putting have-done lists on business owners' new trend watch. Every business owner, especially those who struggle with anxiety, depression, or just mindset blocks in general, should have a have-done list built into their routine. Why? Because it's a sanity saver. Simple as that. It helps you realize that you are worthy, that you are actually doing the things that you need to be doing. But it also helps you stay on track. It gives you a motivation that you need to kick yourself in the butt and actually get things done, because you want to grow that list. I use my have-done list as a tool against anxiety. It battles those, what if I don't get this done, thoughts, and turns the mindset to, look at all I've gotten done. Amazing, right? By simply changing your mindset from all that you have to get done to everything that you have gotten done, you are instantly going to look and feel more productive. You are going to work in batches easier to get things done. You end up creating a rhythm, even if you don't mean to, which means you can get more done than you actually anticipated. I still may not like staring at the to-do list, but now it's a little bit easier just because I also get to make the other side of that list. And let's be honest, watching it grow is a lot more fun in my opinion. I even keep them all through the week just so I can look back on Friday and see everything I've gotten done. There's such a sense of accomplishment at the end of the week when you look and see how much you're getting done for yourself and for your business. On top of that, I get a chance to review how I'm performing. I recently found Benjamin Franklin's daily to-do list, and it was really surprising to look at. It had a lot of reflection on it of his daily performance. I'll attach it in the show notes for anyone who's curious. But it really made me realize why I love having have-done lists for the end of the week, so I can reflect on my own performance throughout the previous week to see where I can improve. It creates even more of the openness in the mindset that you need to succeed in not only your business, but also in life. And today, I'm giving you my have-done list. From all of my listeners, I'm going to put a copy of my have-done list on my website. I hope it'll help anyone else's anxiety of to-do list fade away even a little bit like mine has. Be sure to check out the show notes on our blog, cubicdesigns.com/blog, and go download your copy of the have-done list. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I'm so beyond excited to share this journey with you and to fill you in on tips and tricks to help your business flourish. Be sure to subscribe so you can hear new episodes as soon as they drop.